Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of this week's episode of DC's Legends of Tomorrow on the CW, which was episode 4 of season 3 called Phone Home. And I want to apologize for the lateness because I know it's aired back on Tuesday, but as always, I'm going to keep talking about this show because it is really, really entertaining. And although I like the start to Arrow season 6 a little bit more, it's going as I predicted. After a couple episodes, I'm definitely more in a Legends of Tomorrow mood. I didn't even review the episode of Arrow last week. It was fine. I might review the one this week, I'm not sure. But Legends of Tomorrow I just think is a much more strong and sort of stable show at this point, because it has a lot of the fun that Arrow doesn't, but I'm also getting a lot more into the characters, honestly, at this point. And despite the Diggle thing and going on in Arrow right now. But anyway, this was a really good episode. You could argue it was a filler. It didn't contribute like a whole lot to the main plot, you could say, but it was still one of those really good Legends of Tomorrow episodes, because it had a little bit of a heart, tug at your heart a little bit at the end of the episode, right? Or at least it did with the members. But it also knew how to have fun, and it found a good balance between that. It was lighthearted. It was very much a hybrid of like an E.T., almost Stranger Things kind of vibe, along with a little bit of It at the end of last week's episode. But basically, Ray Palmer is killed as a child in 1988, so I have to go back and figure out what happened. Turns out it's an organization that ends up shooting and killing him, but they see he has this little pet Dominator, which was pretty adorable. So they automatically think it's that when it grows a little bit, or gets too aggressive or snaps for some reason and becomes more of what they think of them as. But it turns out to be this organization. But a lot of the episode is composed of the team watching Raymond as a kid, which was fun. Nate also gets a little bit flirty with with Ray's mom, who I think the actress who plays Ray's mom had a small role on Jessica Jones. I think she was Carrie Ann Moss's assistant or something that she was having an affair with. But anyway, he also nicknamed the little Dominator that he was keeping with him Gumball. So there's that. I also did really like Zari in this episode. I think they're starting to establish her pretty well, and she really felt like she fit in this episode, which I was happy about. She's the one that sort of caused the big ET scene, when they're riding on their bikes and she's able to use her amulet to get them into the sky. So it was nice. Sarah, she also gets pissed at the Queen Dominator, who turns out just to be trying to get her child back, her offspring back, but she is pissed because she was put in a cocoon. So that was fun. You also have young Raymond being bullied by these kids in school. In school, we see a little bit of that. And it seems like even Raymond was trying to black that out in his mind because he thought they were his friends too. So even he's sort of trying to see that differently, I guess. So you could argue that Raymond's just sort of an airhead, but I think he was trying to suppress it, by doing that maybe. So I found this episode to be really enjoyable. Actually, it went by pretty fast. Again, despite it not being like a big, story, main story episode, I still thought it was time well spent. We also have a little bit of a subplot going on with, Martin. Jefferson ends up thinking that, he's communicating to the Time Bureau on them, but it turns out he was just coming up with a way to, keep in contact with his daughter, and his first grandson is born. I like the moment there. So again, I really hope, with hearing that Victor Garber is leaving the show, I hope they don't kill him off. I'd rather have him just be left, with his grandson and daughter, and, him just sort of, just want to stay there. Maybe they can have him guest make a guest appearance again for an episode or something, but I won't really kill Martin off, I don't think. But we do see at the end of the episode that Jefferson wants to find a way to separate from him so he doesn't have to rely on him all the time anymore in order to get out there. So yeah, there's plenty more I could talk about. I also did like seeing young Ray stealing in order to get some candy to Gumball, and I just like how proud Mick was that he was actually resorting to doing that. Whether it's a mental control or not. But yeah, so overall, good episode. I do think quite a bit better than last week's, although last week's wasn't bad. I'm giving this one like an 8.7, 8.8 out of 10. And I did like it a lot. So yeah, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.